Hey everyone, it's Ornella Hernandez, and today we are covering the Dubai Fintech Summit. I'm here at the Finvasia booth with its co-founder and CEO, Tajinder. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm well. Are you enjoying the conference so far?
It's amazing.
And is it your first time at the Fintech Summit?
No, this is the second time.
How does it compare to last year's edition?
I think it's gotten much better. It was great last year as well. We were the lead sponsor last year as well as this year. I think it's getting better because people realize it's a good platform to be at.
Yeah. And why do you think that is? Why do you think Dubai has made it its mission to become such a financial hub with these types of events?
I believe it comes from the inherent DNA, the way Dubai is building itself. I've been coming to Dubai since 1994. I've seen it really transform from what it was before. They're really open, Dubai in general. They're very open to do business. They're very open to do experiments. They are not inhibited by any pre-notion, and they basically welcome everyone with open arms. It feels safe over here.
Yeah. I agree. All right, so talk to me about Finvasia and your role within the greater financial ecosystem of Dubai.
Great. So Finvasia, the way I see it, is more like a pain tech than a fintech. We are in four different areas of business. We are into financial services, real estate, health tech, as well as IT and technology in general. As a matter of fact, our technology has been used by a lot of listed and private companies across the world within financial services.
You said pain tech?
Pain tech.
Like pain?
Yes.
Because you're solving pain points?
Yes. So that's why we call it pain tech, because we are engineers in the DNA. What we look at is how are the traditional industries still marred by a lot of traditional ways of doing business. So if you look at all of these brands over here, they all are solving different problems. Whether you're talking about, I'll give you an example for healthcare. We have a health tech division, so we call it Finvasia Health. We are trying to solve multiple problems. Two of the most interesting one. We are trying to identify why do we need chemicals to treat any disease. We are trying to find out ways that we can use food and food products to cure diseases.
As opposed to medication, you mean?
As opposed to any chemicals. We recently filed for patents for a few of those medicines. We've done some clinical trials, and we see effectively there are, for example, skin fungal disease. We've successfully completed our clinical trial in India. We believe that we can treat skin fungal disease, whether it's certain type of fungal diseases, just by food. And it's not like a 6-month process. It's a 1-week process.
So how is this a technological process?
Technology is a derivation of science. Eventually, the big change that happened is there was a lot of work that was happening in engineering and sciences. If you go back to the 1980s and 90s, what I've seen, and we are also investors in a lot of startups, what I've seen is that a lot of people are basically just using a derivation of this sciences and engineering today to create a better looking application, to create a better looking UI UX, which really is for all the investor companies who come to us for investment. For me, that's a big no.
It's all about the marketing.
It's all about the marketing. You have to solve a problem. And if you can solve a problem, you have to create more sciences. For example, we are creating this biomedical engineering device that could monitor a body 24 hours a day and tell you if your lipid profiles are out of sync, if your glucose profile is out of sync, if your RFTs and LFTs are out of sync. That's how we go into those traditional industries. I speak to doctors and they tell me two main problems. One is body is a black box. And the second one is there are only so many doctors for every patient that we have in the world. Can we use AI? Can we use biomedical engineering to change that? Same goes for financial services. Money is a very complicated concept and people get confused with it. If you ask someone money, everything to do with money, whether it's your bank, it's your broker, it's your wealth manager, you hate him because you don't understand him. And that's why there is so much mis-selling that's happening in it.
This makes me curious about your views on digital assets and crypto then. If you think money is so misunderstood, how do you understand crypto?
We also happen to own a crypto exchange which is regulated by Austrac and also regulated by EU regulators at CMC in Greece. We only do B2B business in it right now and only help businesses receive money from their clients. It's more like a payment service provider. I do believe that there is a very specific problem that the blockchain solved, which is no double spend, which is essentially getting a public ledger that's distributed and making things decentralized. But then, just like what happened with IT industry or the web industry in 1999 and 2000, everybody jumped the bandwagon and said, "Can I use web technologies to build something? Not can I solve a problem?" That's what happened in blockchain as well. People jumped on it, and maybe that's happening in AI as well. People are jumping on it saying, "Can I put AI into my product?" as opposed to saying, "Is it going to solve a problem?"
Right. Okay. I understand what you're saying. So they're just kind of jumping on the bandwagon because that's what's trending right now. That's what they think they need to move forward, but not necessarily solving real world problems along the way. Okay, so here at this event, though, I'm seeing a lot of booths that do have something to do with blockchain technology or Web3. So I'm curious to get your views on the intersection between fintech and digital assets.
I think digital assets is a very good it's a good use case, and I think in future it is going to be here. It's not going to disappear with such a large level of mass adoption. One of the problems we have in the world is there are not enough people who are banked. More than 60% of the world does not even have a bank, but they all have a mobile phone, they all have a smartphone. Can we use some technology to get banking to the last mile? So there are use cases to it, but instead of looking at and creating MVP, we have to look at, that's why at Finvasia we are pain tech. We look at the pain points and see what out of all the technologies that we know and all the sciences that we know can come and fit and maybe solve a problem.
Right, and what can we expect from Finvasia in the near future?
We are coming out with quite a few products as well. We recently filed for, like I said, a few patents in healthcare. We are looking at introducing our payment, a payment service provider, not a payment service provider, like an electronic money institute in Europe. We'll look for that as well in Dubai. We recently got our ESCA approval to bring our wealth tech platform into Dubai and to bring our brokerage platform into Dubai. We are launching a digital bank in India as well. So we have quite a few things that Finvasia is coming out with. Hopefully we'll stay relevant and we'll solve a problem.
Keep me updated. One last question for you, Tajinder. Do you believe that Dubai or the UAE could be the next Silicon Valley?
I believe it's halfway there already. There's so much people. I have the change, and since I've been coming here from last 30 years, I believe 10 years ago people said we might have an office in Dubai. Today people say we should have an office in Dubai if we want to be global. So that change is definitely happening, and I think the government has a lot of credit to take for that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today, and enjoy the rest of the conference.
It was a pleasure.